Hi.
Hi.
Uh, Thank you. Firstly, I want to thank you for accepting my invitation and accepting to be on my show.
Yeah. Thank
So,
you.
I thought to introduce you to my audience.
Yeah. Hi all. Hello all. My name is Mageshwara Kumar. I have 15 plus years of experience in IT industry, primarily into uh, data warehousing field. And currently, I completed my AWS associate level certification and planning for my AWS SysOps certification. I have experience around the globe working in the IT industry in different like US, Europe, and in Middle East. So this is the brief introduction about myself. Thank you.
So, you got AWS certified solution architect. You're certified.
Yes, yes.
So, can you tell more about it?
So currently means I have got very interested towards the cloud area. So I have means like so I shown interest towards cloud. Started slowly studying about the cloud and these things. And after studying the cloud basics,
Yeah, yeah. Go on.
that's what. So once I got certified in AWS in 2019 March. So that and then from there onwards, I am slowly means upgrading my knowledge in cloud areas related to AWS.
Okay. So, presently you're working as Excel consultant. So, in which
Yeah.
the job is related to cloud.
It was partly related, but primarily into the ETL part actually.
Okay. So, what you want to talk? What you want to tell? Do you have any specific thing that you want to talk now?
No, no. Generally, since now the cloud era has picked up, so generally I want to say like it's we have three different cloud providers like Google, Azure, Microsoft, and AWS. So means getting the knowledge in these three areas or choose one particular cloud area and then try to develop your knowledge which will fetch you more chances in coming next almost 10 15 years. This will rule the cloud era will be there. So primarily means like one should focus on these areas to the job wise, also the project wise, the scope will be more actually in this area.
So, for example, I am into cloud. I have joined in a training in a company for training and as a solution architect. Uh,
Yeah.
so they started giving me the telling me about the basics. Right now, I understood about EC2 and all the cloud services which are there in AWS. So
Right.
how to start? There will be a lot of people who will be watching this video and listening to you. How to start?
See, first, before jumping into AWS, you have to know the basics of cloud. What is the difference between what is the cloud basics and what is the difference in on-premises and cloud? What is the data center and what are the cloud basic concepts like why the cloud is needed, why it came into existence, what is the advantage of it? So these are the primary basic steps we need to learn before jumping into the any other AWS or Azure or Google, the Google Cloud. So you need to know the practical purpose of this cloud. Then only you can easily correlate the subjects and then you can get into the subject and then you have to choose the area of interest actually. So Microsoft Azure is more related to the Windows part, Windows thing, and AWS is something more related to the CLI part, command line interface like Linux Unix part. And Google is somewhat they have their own flavors actually. So and we need to know the basics of what is private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud. These are the concepts we need to know. So then slowly choose your area of interest and then try to work on that. And then means like in cloud itself, we have various fields. Like since you mentioned you are into architect, there are a lot of things like sysops will be there, DevOps will be there, and security will be there. Most of the subjects, depending upon and data analytics will be there, DB will be there. So it depends upon the area of interest. You have to select your stream and then work on it.
Yeah, I got you. So, there are different certifications in AWS, like,
Yeah,
and also you said AWS is based on the Linux,
yeah. See, GUI
right?
is there, console is there actually, but see, we have more. For example, you told about about EC2 instance. EC2 instance is a Linux part actually. You can configure the Amazon machine image, and then you can run an EC2 instance. Configuring that on AWS actually console. So it is like when you take into Azure, it is more into Windows part actually. It is like since it is a Microsoft product, it is easy to understand that one. But whomever having this background, AWS, but AWS is the market leader actually. It is having more shares and global worldwide, it has more opportunities. If you are already into Windows admin, the other Windows area server dealing with server, then it is better to go with the Azure.
Is it important to understand or know the Linux operating system to understand the EC2 instances and AWS?
Yes, yes. That you have to have a basic idea of about the Linux, Unix operating system, how it works, and the basic commands and these things. It will be of great help to you actually.
For beginners who know nothing about the operating system, Linux.
See, that's what. Like once you configure the machine image and then you try to run the EC2 instance, it is basically in the background they're configuring a machine. Means whatever machine is like you can say that like as a server there actually. So you need to basically have a good understanding about the Linux Unix operating system, Windows operating system, and all these things. So that's what I was describing about. So those who come from the degree after completion of the degree, they have to do a lot of homework actually. So into the cloud, it's not like that. People in the industry have been in the industry for last 15 years. They know the basics from where they started. They would have worked in some different projects like related to development, implementation, testing, designing, production support, and thing. And they know what is the data center and what are the other related concepts like in a networking part, security part. So it will be easy for them to grasp it. But for the people who are coming from the degree background, freshers, so it will take some time for them to understand the basics since they are lagging the practical experience part. So it is always go through a proper channel, like get yourself acquainted from the basics. So it will give a good career to you in the cloud.
So, like you said that you should know where you are good at, like infrastructure or on in system administration or
Yes,
in programming or in
yeah,
development. So,
yes.
how can they know that they are good in it?
See, it is basically your something within yourself actually that our other people cannot able to do. Basically, if you are from a MCA background or a degree background, if you have done something related to the programming you are good at, then basically you can go for programming. Something related to your worked as a system admin or you done some projects related to it. So it shows your inner interest actually. So it's something the other people cannot able to define it. So basically, every people will be having some other talent, so that they have to come out of that thing what they really want to do at all. So in the due course of time, when you get an opportunity, you might be interested in the system admin, but they give you a chance in programming. So like this, it has happened to many people. But you have to develop your knowledge in the area of interest which you are having. Then only you will be getting good outcome actually. So you are having interest in a system admin part, but you are exposed to the development part. If you are still working on it, then you have to go for it where you are really good at actually. So one cannot, the answer to your question is one cannot exactly define their area of interest. It has to come from the individual only.
So you are into infrastructure from long
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
So you are interested in that.
Yes. Yeah. My thing is earlier I was into development. Later on I understood my area of interest is infrastructure. Then I moved into infrastructure.
So what is the difference between both?
See, development is you have to work in developing the code and these things. But infrastructure is something you develop the code and then try to implement the code in the production, and the system configurations like server configuration, server maintenance, server patching, doing the maintaining the users, all those things will be taken care by the system admin team.
So why you shifted from that to this?
So that's what my area of interest. I didn't have much towards the development part. I was performing good at the infra part, so I shifted my focus towards infra.
Okay. So when you came to know that about AWS?
See, AWS, I came to know about AWS on 2018 or 17, I think. But then really, I came to know from 2016 onwards actually. But I really took a step on 2019 and cleared that exam actually.
When that was the first cloud platform, right?
Yes.
Which is into existence, and Google and Azure and Alibaba came after that.
Yeah. See, AWS is into existence for so long time. I came to know about it on 2017 and 2016. Then I really took an interest on the end of 2018 and 19, and then 2008, end of 2018 and early 2019, I studied it and I cleared the exams.
How much time you took to clear it?
So December I started it for studying examinations actually, basically training myself into AWS. I think March, January, February, March, almost 3.5 months actually.
So you did preparation for yourself or went for
Yeah.
training?
So that too, during my preparation, I was working in a team. I was working in an infra team. Those who are working in networking, security, storage, backup, everybody was around me. So
Okay.
whenever I have doubts, I can go to them and get clarified.
Okay.
So I was into that environment.
So it was easy for you to
Yeah,
understand.
it was easy for me to understand the concepts and basics.
Okay. So, but you was into development before that, right?
I was into development for a long time before, not very recently actually.
Okay. So, okay. So it took 3.5 months for you to understand the entire concept.
Yes. Now also I cannot say I was fully into it, but I know something out of it actually. So now also I have to do a lot of work in that area. Right now I am trying to prepare myself for AWS SysOps actually. SysOps in the sense system administration, system operations actually. So AWS administration part. So I am studying for it. Probably I will try to take the exams in few months actually.
So when you were studying for 3.5 months, you need the practical thing, or you just read it?
Yeah, practicals are there. You have the Cloud Academy, and then from the AWS site itself, they will give you 1 year free subscription for trying to do the practicals.
Yeah. So you understood about most of the services?
See, we cannot say exactly. You have to go through one tutorial and try to practice that in the console. At least out of 100%, I can say 25 to 30%. I can say remaining 70% yet to learn, yet to grasp it actually. So probably right now the percentage might be 45% I know, but I had to know something to 55% I have to grasp it.
Okay. So what are the services that you are in? You're great in?
So services means basically I can say I did a good exercise in Elastic Beanstalk. Then AWS Redshift, one of the data warehouses there actually. So AWS itself is having something related to the data warehousing part actually. So I am
Yeah.
into data warehousing. AWS is having some topics related to data. It is called AWS Glue.
Okay.
And AWS reporting is also there. It is called AWS Insight.
Okay.
And so these were the areas I trained myself. I was studying more and more, and also the basics about the VPC, Virtual Private Cloud, Internet Gateway, Network Address Translators, Network Access Control List. So how you place the VPC, how do you define it, what are the availability zones. So these were the areas I was having more interested repeatedly. And then other things I was going through generally like Lambda, then S3, Simple Storage Service, then about the RDS, Amazon Aurora, Amazon DynamoDB, and the other components like Cloud Direct. My area of then I got a couple of topics I was concentrating more CloudWatch
Okay.
and Cloud Trail actually. So these were the monitoring events, which is more related to the infra part. And about related to another infra part is IAM, Identity Access Management. So giving them the roles and policies actually. So that was also, so I was going through somewhat more in a detailed way actually. So I can say like I've gone through some videos into AWS Guard Duty, AWS Shield, distributed denial of service. So these are AWS security part. So these are the areas which I gone through more. So basically it means like I got a fair idea about it.
So you got certification as a professional,
No. I got an as associate architect level actually.
associate level.
Yes.
So what are the things that will be there in the associate level exam?
So associate level is you need to know about all the components actually. How to architect and then how to put the components in place. They will give you the case study. Then you have to come up with an architecture part actually. So it was entry level you can say.
But
So
you
you
also,
have to study
yeah.
about the entire all the components like starting from RDS, S3, the migration part, Snowball, Snowmobile, Glacier, and then the what are the simple bucket concept, what are the EBS, Elastic, the block storage actually, EBS is there. Then Cognito is there. Cognito in the sense like what is multi-factor authentication, and then about IAM, CloudWatch, Cloud Direct, Cloud Formation. So the kind AWS Kinesis, AWS Neptune. So these are the different areas. Kubernetes. So you need to know all the components actually. So how to architect, how to design it actually. So I was also going through the AWS migration part of database migration, like how to migrate, what are the components in migrations.
So you didn't have a practical experience, but how you got it very fast, the certification?
See, that's what I'm saying. No, because I am coming up with almost 15 plus years of experience.
Yeah.
That too, I was surrounded by people who are into networking concepts, who are storage backup concepts, and then security, firewall. So these things. So I was a little bit lagging in this area. So the people around me, I go to them and then try to speak to them, explain, ask them about my doubts. They clarified me with all my doubts. So these are the initial things. What is a VPC? What are the availability zones? Then these are the. Then I took Elastic Beanstalk. I was very much interested in. Then it was a one component where you can configure everything. So I did an exercise on that part. Then IAM I gone through repeatedly. IAM and CloudWatch, CloudTrail, these things. So see, in infra level, CloudWatch is a very common part actually, monitoring part. So that was very easy for me to understand.
So you worked in on premises,
Yes, I worked in on premises.
so that's why it became easy for you to
Yes,
understand the
see,
virtual data centers.
understanding the getting the concept is easy actually. Still, but you have to dirty your hands in more. AWS is having different components actually, lot of components. So now they have the AWS CLI is there, Terraform is there. Now people are more into the market actually. Youngsters, people like you, they are into the market. They are getting themselves get acquainted with these things. They learn more. So it is basically the core point is your interest, which will make you to learn many things.
Okay.
Basically, you need to have interest to nurture to learn the things. Then only you will get the subject.
Okay.
So all
So
I am talking now, based on the learnings which I did on 2000, early 2019, whatever I am talking now. Now I am working in a different area, although it was partly related. But whatever I am saying from my memory, it is purely what I learned from that time actually.
okay. So you're telling that doing it practically helps them to
Yes, yes.
understand more.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So you have to first decide whether you want to become an architect, whether you want to become a AWS DB guy, or whether you want to become a AWS DevOps person, or whether you want to become a AWS SysOps. There is another thing called cloud practitioner is there, which all the
yeah.
project managers will do. So AWS cloud practitioner will be there. So a lot of things are there. AWS business professionals is there. So many areas are there actually. So it was very growing part actually. It was very what I mean to say is like globally it was very much needed now. So people are getting more awareness. And what I hear from the market is people without knowing they are directly jumping into the AWS directly from the fresh graduate college complete who completed the college. They think that AWS is having a lot of job scope. They are directly jumping into it. Before
Yeah.
that, they have to do a lot of homework, learn to know what are they have to go through vigorous trainings. Then they have to understand whether they can able to grasp it, and then they have to decide the destinations actually. So if you want to have a proper foundation, go do a hard work and then do a thing. But if you go by others' words, AWS is having good scope in the market. You want to just do a course and then go in, then it is not going to help actually. You are going to suffer later on. The initial point is you have to do a hard work, get thorough with the basics, then go for it actually. Then that is the very good point. See, initially you want to say, I want to go for an architect. Who will go for an architect level? Who is having 10 plus, 12 plus of years of experience is fit for the architect level things. They know how to, they would have worked in different areas. Then they would have had a common idea to architect the part. Then they will go for it.
So you're saying that it is important to have the practical knowledge to.
Yeah, basics. Basics means not only practical, you have to know what exactly it does actually. Then you have to practice it.
Okay.
So hands-on is very important.
Okay. So what is the difference between the practitioner and the associate level?
Practitioner is, see, I am into management because I am not exactly know. It is also some of the foundation level course actually. Practitioner. People who are into management level, they want to manage the team, cloud team. They will go for this course, cloud practitioner. They will explain you something related to what are the different components in the cloud. There is something called TCO is there actually. Total
Okay.
the something so related to the cost and all those things. So mostly like how do you bring down the cost for the project? How do you effectively manage the resources? That is also a part of that actually. So probably means like those who are into more into a management kind of oriented role, those who want to learn something about the cloud, they will go for the cloud practitioner. But associate architect is something related to very technical part actually.
Okay. So what is the difference between Azure and Google and
Yeah,
AWS?
see, all are three different flavors actually. If see, for example, Sai Charan is having 6 plus years of experience into Windows servers, Windows administration, managing the Windows server, working related to all the Microsoft products, then you can go for Azure. It is very user friendly.
Okay.
But compared to AWS, it is very, the percentages, it is in second position. Third comes the Google Cloud actually. So it all depends upon what you want to have actually and what you want to do and all.
So you mentioned that associate level exam needs a lot of technical knowledge. Do they
Correct.
do programming?
See, exactly. AWS developer needs Lambda part, PyParks, some AWS Lambda, these things, and they require some programming part actually. So programming part in the sense AWS architect level, you don't need much, but you need to know the concepts actually. So what are the concepts, what they will do. Yes, actually, if you want to architect role, you should know what exactly all these things does.
Okay. So
Otherwise, if you are infra guy, go for AWS SysOps.
okay. So so what do you say about artificial intelligence?
See, artificial intelligence, it is altogether different topic, which is like there are a lot of things are there, like robotic process automation and UiPath. Lot of tools are there actually. R programming, Python, those things are data science. I'm not into that. I am not experienced into it. I was not into it, but I heard from the market. That's it. I was not much proficient in that part.
So there are additional features that AWS is adding into all which are already there. They are adding regularly.
Yeah, that's what I mean to say. Now AWS is having something related to my area that is called data warehousing. It's called Glue, and it is also related to the data warehouse called Amazon Redshift and QuickSight. Amazon QuickSight is what Power BI does. What other reporting tool does, Amazon does it using the Amazon QuickSight. This is how it got integrated to different things. Amazon DevOps will be there. How the continuous integration and continuous development deployment, the other part Jenkins, how to integrate this tool with the AWS with DevOps. DevOps can be integrated with other cloud areas actually. IICS, Intelligent Informatica Cloud Services. How do you are integrating AWS with the IICS? So these are the different areas actually. So means it does plays important role. AWS can be integrated to different tools actually. Now multiple things. Now if I go for IACS, I can go and directly integrate with the EC2 instance. Since I'm working in IACS, I can say this. So it is always good to have AWS knowledge and then try to be more specific before choosing one particular cloud tool.
So what is the best way to understand the concepts?
That is what say that is none. That is by continuous learning only. You have to keep learning the concepts and these things. Go to the experienced people, speak to them. Go to a course, get enrolled for the courses, get study there, get acquainted with the people. Then you can get more knowledge on that part.
So at last, do you have anything to say to the cloud enthusiasts and people who wants to come into cloud and who don't know
Yeah.
anything about cloud and who are already into cloud?
See, people, those who are not into cloud, I can say, see, it is booming now. It is a good time to enter into cloud part. So choose your cloud provider, whether it is AWS or Azure or Cloud or Google or Alibaba, whichever you are interested in. Try to learn more on it. Try to go for academies. Try to enroll yourself. Try to gather knowledge about the courses. And those who are already into cloud, there are a lot of new features coming in. Try to update yourself in these areas. Only thing what we can do is continuously learn actually. What are new things come, we need to update ourselves actually. That's how we will stay competent in the market.
Is it possible to understand the three clouds overview
See, there are a lot of analysis in the cloud actually. So many people will give an analysis of the cloud. What are the difference between these three cloud providers? Which is having more market share? And what are the different components? See, if I know AWS, the things might be sounding different. The technology is buzzwords actually. Again, I will say private subnet, public subnet. There in Azure, they will call it VNet or something like that. So the concept might be same. They will call it in different names. Once you know the basic idea, you can build on it actually.
So the terminology will be different.
Terminology will be different. Conceptual wise, it will be same. But only thing is you have to play around the GUI part, the graphical user interface part, menus and other areas. Concept wise, if you are thorough, what is a private, what is a data center, what is on-premise, how to migrate it, why we are migrating it actually, what are the steps to do the migration, and why we actually go for cloud, what is the basic need of it. With these concepts you are clear about, then you can fix one provider and then you can learn. Even Google Cloud is coming with good concept actually. So if you know in Amsterdam, Google Wind is there actually. They are that's one concept. When I undergone the Google Cloud seminar, I came to know that in Holland, I think in Netherlands, they have a more cloudy environment. They will not get sun at all, like in that area. So by Google Wind concept, they are trying to move the cloud around actually, and then they are trying to get the sun. So it was one of the small example. So this is what, see, yeah, so I'm not a representative for AWS. I'm not a representative for Google Cloud. I'm not a representative for Microsoft Azure. But when I started it, I started initially with AWS. Then I learned on this. I fixed it one because I just want to learn all the cloud actually. Means like currently I did certification in AWS. So even Google has its own advantage. Google Cloud has its own advantage. Many people, like there are a lot of cloud academies came in all the companies. So people are focusing more on cloud area. So the data warehousing part also it is coming up actually. So it purely depends on your area of interest. What do you want to choose?
So personally, it is very easy for you to understand the GCP
Yeah,
and
not for
Microsoft.
me, Saicharan. It is basically whomever having experience and who is having the interest towards the subject, they can easily understand.
I mean, you understood already about the infrastructure part in AWS.
Yeah,
So
that's what I
it's
rated
very
myself out of 100%. I can say 25 to 35% I know now. So still a lot of things to be get explored. So with my experience, when I was learning, I was easily grasping. So if you go to Cloud Academy, they will give you a typical example of Netflix site actually. The
yeah
movie site is there, no?
yeah.
They will give a typical example how the cloud is there. Continuous availability, those things and all will be there. What is there? Fault tolerant. Most of the small concept they will they will explain you. So that's what. Go to Cloud Academy and try to get your knowledge on that part.
Yeah, so I'm telling that it is very easy for you to understand GCP and Microsoft Azure infrastructure because you are already understood. You have already understood
That's
the
what. See, infrastructure might be same, but they will call it in different names.
different names. Yeah.
Different names. See, I'm an infra guy. I might be working in a data warehousing tool like Informatica and BODS actually. So the concept which I am using it is the same concept for basis also.
Okay.
Okay. Similarly, the same concept will be applicable for all the cloud. If you know one cloud on premise is another thing, it is easy for you to understand the subject.
Okay. So any good words at last?
Good words, yeah, means like keep learning, then you will grow more actually. That's what. Only thing is by keep on learning, continuous learning is the one aspect which I want to emphasize. Irrespective of your things, keep so interest towards the subject where you are focusing, and then means like keep learning it. It will it will give you more advantage.
So definitely these words helps a lot of people who listens to you. They try to improve themselves by listening to your words.
Right.
So at last, have you seen any videos of mine on YouTube?
Nothing. Can you please ping me immediately after this video? Can
Yeah.
you ping some of your YouTube links actually in uh, the LinkedIn messaging?
Yeah. I will send you. I have 2
Yeah.
YouTube channels and 2 podcast channels. I will send you.
Right. So this is going to be means like sent in the YouTube, correct?
Yeah, I will put this video and audio clip on YouTube, social media, internet everywhere, podcast everywhere with your permission.
So is it good, Sai Charan, because it doesn't have any aspects like is it good to post these videos?
I mean, this I want to learn from this actually. why
Okay.
why I'm doing this because this is my channel, and if they are taking something from this our
Yeah, no,
conversation,
go ahead, no problem. Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, actually I want to get some knowledge. So
Sure. Go ahead.
yeah, can
So
I put this?
anytime, yeah, anytime if you have any issue, any knowledge thing, just call me. So I want to know about yourself. What are you doing actually? What is like currently you are working in any other IT company or you are pursuing towards AWS part? What are you doing now?
I have done my master's in software engineering, and
Right,
recently I completed my training as in AWS cloud computing, and I
right.
got a certification from a particular company, and now I got a job in Canada as a IT director.
Okay.
Through this video series only, I take
Oh,
interviews. I
super.
take,
Congrats.
yeah, I take interviews of different country people who works in different professions actually, who are into like nutritionist, who is a yoga teacher, and who are into different parts of the world, Germany,
Okay.
England, Pakistan.
Where do you are currently located?
I'm from Telangana. You know Telugu. I have gone through your profile. You know 6 languages:
Yes.
Italian,
Yeah.
German,
So currently you are in Telangana. Okay. Got it. Right.
South
Yeah,
India.
sure, Sai Charan. Just post me the YouTube link, whatever we got now conversation,
Yeah,
and then post some of your YouTube interviews also. Let me go through it.
yeah. Can I, with your permission, can I put this video and audio on my social media, internet, YouTube, podcast, everywhere?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you, sir,
It
for
won't be
giving.
any negative impact, am I right? It will be a good thing to. What do you think, as per your experience, posting in different social media?
I mean, this is only for my purpose. I mean, this is there is no information which makes people to
Right.
wrong
You can post
information,
it.
right?
Yeah, you can post it.